Some animatronics are here to entertain you. Some are here to terrify you. Some are here for… wait. Why are these animatronics here again? Welcome back, my fellow gamers. This is Top 10 Gaming, and I am your host, Amanda McKnight. Today we'll be trying to figure out just why some of the most confounding FNAF animatronics exist and what their purposes are as we count down our top 10 confusing FNAF animatronics. Let's get into it. Number 10. Glitch Trap. Glitch Trap is more an enigma just because we don't really know what their main goal is yet. But then again, when have we ever known William Afton's main goal? You know what I mean? Or when have we understood the motivations behind said goal anyways? I assume the Glitch Trap as a sort of reincarnated version of Afton is aiming to get out of the games and probably, I don't know, kill more innocent victims? But how? What is the plan? And more specifically, why? 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 Those are questions we just don't know the answer to yet, and for the why, well, we might never know. Number 9. Blackheart Bonnie. Blackheart Bonnie just kind of reminds me of a Furby or that like Hasbro Poochie toy that was out around the same time. I don't know if anyone remembers these things or if I'm dating myself, but yeah, those were a thing. I had both of those toys growing up, and let me tell you, they are pretty creepy in retrospect, at least. At the time, I have to admit, I personally loved them, but just in retrospect, looking back, I don't know how I wasn't creeped out by those toys. Blackheart Bonnie is from the Valentine's Day event and special delivery from last year, and other than that very large beating heart in his chest slash kinda in his stomach area, like I feel like that heart's a little low, he doesn't quite scream Valentine's and, you know, love to me. I mean, I guess the point is it's supposed to be scary Valentine stuff, but just looks… it's just weird. Just reminds me of Poochie. And friends, before we move on to the next spot, just a quick reminder to like, comment, subscribe. Every time you do one of those things, a little secret of FNAF is revealed and comes out into the world. Also, don't forget to check out our FNAF playlist for even more awesome FNAF content. Number 8. Lefty. Lefty is one of the animatronics in the game that I question the design for, or at least question what happened to its eye. Lefty's name is actually an acronym for Lure, Encapsulate, Fuse, Transport, and Extract, which helps us to understand its function, but does not answer the question of why it only has one eyeball. We can assume it lost the eye, but it also kind of weirdly looks like it may have been designed with it. And then of course there's the question of why Lefty was really designed at all, and how Lefty even came into contact with the puppet who's within Lefty. How did that all happen? And why isn't his name also Freddy, just based on his own design as an animatronic as a fellow bear? I feel like he has kind of a Freddy look, no? Of course his name is an acronym and he's also left-handed, but wouldn't making his name Lefty based on an acronym for his purpose, which is, you know, to take on the puppet but also potentially to kidnap people, be a dangerous thing to do if you wanted to avoid getting caught for those things? I don't know, just a thought. Number 7. Egg Baby. Egg Baby, Egg Baby, Egg Baby. What are you? Why do you exist? Conjunction Junction, what's your function? Hooking up eggs and scanning blueprints? I don't know. Egg Baby first made their appearance in Pizzeria Simulator when we learned they were classified as a rare find. A rare find indeed. So rare in fact that they cost a whopping $6,000. That is a lot of money for whatever Egg Baby is. What's more, the purpose for this animatronic still remains quite unclear, at least to me. What is its function? Why is it so expensive? Why is it so creepy? Does the Egg Baby within the Egg Baby come out, and can it exist separately? Does it have its own name, or do we also just refer to it as Egg Baby? Little Egg Baby? Just all Egg Baby? I don't know. Just looking at this animatronic gives you in general way more questions than answers. Number 6. The Nightmare Animatronics. These animatronics make me ponder even more deeply what's really going on in this whole story. So if Freddy Fazbear's is meant to be a place where kids and families can all be entertained and have fun together, right? Then what is up with these animatronics? Are they even real, or are they just some fantasy, something out of a kid's imagination? Were they created to test the child we play as in the game, or are they meant to represent this kid's fears? If these animatronics are real at all, which I think at this point we mostly assume that they're real, I personally think they are real, then how did anyone ever think this would be a good way to entertain children? These animatronics are terrifying. How are these animatronics or their blueprints never found during the creation process and halted by some like execs who definitely did not think that this aligned with the brand? I just feel like if the nightmare animatronics are real, I need to have some questions answered about why and how they were ever made. Number 5, Liberty Chica. I know I fixate on Liberty Chica a lot, but it's mostly because of that expression that she is giving us when you look at the artwork for her. What does that look? She's like giving us a strangely arrogant and kind of like smarmy expression. I mean, I know it's based off of the Statue of Liberty's probably actual expression, but for some reason on Chica it looks weird. Also, just look at the Statue of Liberty's face next to Chica's face when she is Liberty Chica. Just look at those things next to each other. Is that the same expression? What's happening? The Statue of Liberty, by comparison, just looks ambivalent, aloof. Chica's got this weird, sneaky kind of, I don't know, maybe it's flirty kind of look? It's hard to explain. I wish I could explain it better. I'm not doing it justice. Just look at it. Just look at it. It's like Liberty Chica is giving you like a hey expression. I'll try to do it. I don't even know if I can do this expression. It's so crazy. It's just like, kind of like that. I don't know, but like her eyes are half closed. And I'm not sure why this expression even exists or why she's making it. I just know that it and she is an animatronic just creep me out. The end. Number 4, Circus Baby. Why was Circus Baby made? That's the big question that makes her so confusing to me. Circus Baby, in regards to what she is and how she functions, makes sense. Even her as an entertainer and possibly kidnapping or killing device, in terms of how she works anyways, makes sense. The question is, why was she made for Elizabeth? And was Circus Baby created with the intention of harming her? That seems odd considering that Elizabeth was William Afton's own daughter. So what was the true purpose of her? Did Circus Baby simply malfunction for some reason? It definitely seems like she was programmed to cause harm, and yet it's claimed by Elizabeth that William made the animatronic just for her. So then did William make the animatronic to harm Elizabeth? Then again, he also told her to stay away from the animatronic. The lore here when it comes to Circus Baby basically feels very contradictory and very confusing. Number 3, Frostbite Balloon Boy. This one no longer even really resembles Balloon Boy and is really just going for a much more evil take on this character. Frostbite Balloon Boy appeared in special delivery as part of their 2020 winter collection. His face looks different, his body shape has completely changed, and he looks like he just walked out of a frosty nightmare. This is one of those animatronic skins where I earnestly wonder how Fazbear Entertainment could even be claiming to be all about entertaining children. Just how or in what world does this version of Balloon Boy seem fun at all, entertaining, or even seemingly child-friendly? It makes more sense when we have animatronics that at least, they look like they could be a fun animatronic to have delivered to your home for a special event, but then they just happen to malfunction and attack you and then they get all creepy. As opposed to this animatronic where we have one that just looks like it was made to attack you. Like, there's no way this animatronic looks family friendly or fun. Number 2, Enerd. How exactly did Enerd come to be? Does Circus Baby also know a bunch about robotics? Do animatronics know how to construct other animatronics out of themselves because they are animatronics? And how did Enerd truly wear Eggs Benedict, aka Michael Afton, as a suit and then leave him by breaking down and being vomited up, and yet still somehow survive all that? It's weird, it's really weird that Michael Afton survived. But how did Enerd also split up and survive? How did all the parts that made up Enerd find a way to return to versions of their former selves? Did they all do that? I know Circus Baby is later seen as Scrap Baby, but how did she go back to being Baby after being integrated with Enerd? I'm so confused about how this all works in terms of like the actual parts coming together and who has the knowledge, and how can these animatronics just integrate themselves into a collective entity all wired together and then just like leave that, just disengage and then become themselves again. Also, does Enerd have a personality of their own? Should we be concerned about that? Are they an animatronic who's potentially possessed by the others? Or are they just a blank slate without the sister location animatronic collective within them? So many questions. Number 1, Paper Pals. Why do paper plate animatronics even exist? And more importantly, how do they exist? And are they even animatronics, or are they just paper plates? Paper plates that can move around. I think they are just paper plates, to be honest, but they also, like I said, seem to be able to move of their own free will and when they're seen in FNAF world. Who doesn't like making pals with paper plates, I suppose was the reasoning behind creating these animatronics or animatronic inspired paper plate folks. Do people still make pals out of paper plates? Let me know in the comments if that's a thing that you recall doing. I definitely did that at some point, but I haven't done it in a while, so I'm not even sure what to refer to this group really as. That's how confusing they are. The paper pals, I guess, if we're referring to them as anything, are 3 paper plate creations who are each inspired by an animatronic. One is inspired by Balloon Boy, another is a stand-in for Freddy, and the creepiest one, in my opinion, is meant to represent Bonnie. A very creepy version of paper plate Bonnie. Who are some of your favorite animatronics? Which do you find the most confusing? If you could learn more about any animatronic in FNAF when it comes to their secrets and their origins, who would you like to learn more about? Let us know in the comments below. And speaking of comments, it's time to turn to some comments from one of our latest videos, Top 10 Rarest Animatronics. Shark Boy VJ Skits Plushie Stuff responds, pretty sure Dee Dee is the only secret animatronic no one wants to find. Whoa! Wow, that is shots fired over at Dee Dee. Oh my goodness. Giorno Giovanna comments, haven't watched in like a year, still good content. Thanks. Sloth Boys ponders, what confuses me is how when the power goes out the doors open. Like, don't these things weigh a bunch? Yeah, that is a good question. I assume that like the last bit of power unlocks the doors. Maybe they're like on a spring lock. Why is everything on a spring lock in this world? Why is it all spring locks? I don't know. And that's all the time we have for comments today. Be sure to comment below for a chance to have your thoughts and queries responded to in a future video. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I am your host, Amanda McKnight, reminding you to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!